but minds wander. That is the human condition. There's nothing wrong with mind wandering. That's it. Now, having said that, mind wandering is the kind of thing that does get us in trouble. And by in trouble, I mean this being lost in thought or thinking without knowing you're thinking. Welcome to another Deep Dive with Derek. I'm your host, Derek. My friends call me D-Rock, so you can call me D-Rock. And on this channel, we go through music, poetry, and other forms of art through the lens of meaningful living. Now, if you're new here, this is your first time seeing me, I want to offer you a big welcome. I hope you like what you see. If you do, consider subscribing and let me know any feedback that you have. If you've been with me before, welcome back. Again, offer any suggestions, feedback that you have. So through the lens of meaningful living, what does that mean? We take a look at what does it mean to have a life, both the upside and the dark side of life. We're talking about things like resilience, mindfulness, purpose, sources of meaning, personal values, narratives, mindsets, anything that we can use to get through our lives and say, I'd do it again. So let's get into Ren. We got Ren today, live acoustic version. I recently reacted to Genesis, and a lot of people said, "Hey, you got to do the live version. Got to do the acoustic version." So I'm here to check that out. So with Ren, if you're not familiar, I usually go through a first pass just to let it soak in, just to see how it hits me, and then I go through a second time. If you want to stick around with me. We go through, and with that second time, we talk about things like, or we'll go through some analysis, see what we might be able to learn, see what questions come up, things like that. So let's get it. Ren Genesis Acoustic Live. Here we go. I already like that guitar.
When I'm by myself, I find my mind starts drifting somewhere else. It's not inside this dimension, it's definitely somewhere else. I wrestle with my thoughts, constantly wrestle with my mental health. I'm putting life support, I've been put upon a high shelf. My whole life I've been fighting. This cake, it don't have icing. These mantras I'm reciting, they're meant to keep me sane. I don't know if they're working, cerebral cortex hurting. Maybe it's all learning. Maybe it's cause life is a lottery, what an anomaly. Sometimes it's riches and sometimes it's poverty. Sometimes your nerves have been fried by neuropathy, begging the surgeon to have a lobotomy. I'ma speak honestly, life is ironically fucking me chronically. I have been ill in myself and it bothers me. License for killing myself, call me Connery. I'ma be...
Love this guitar work and the different parts. The instrumentation.
Straight now, I'ma go straight for the heart. People start late in the dark. People die late in the dark. No one was late for the ark. No one was late for the ark. Genesis rain and it rain when it start. Genesis pain in the art. Genesis aim for the heart. Genesis. No 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 no. When I'm by myself, I find my mind starts drifting somewhere else. Not inside this realm of thought, it's definitely somewhere else. Wage war upon my demons, I've been knocking on the gates of hell. Heretic or heathen, I've been screaming in this padded cell. Pain making my pain waking, it's painstakingly cold. My soul aching, my bones breaking when holding on to control. Wrap yellow tape around the body shape, put the body in a bag, zip it close. It's more than it's mutating, it's such a sight to behold. Let me be real for a second. Tongue is a gun, it's a weapon. Reload, beast mode, Armageddon. Get 'em. Let me take the wheel for a second. Hit a hoop like Shaquille O'Neal with aggression. Regroup with a 3-point steal, it's a sudden switch whoop. I'm making them feel the profession. Making them feel the profession. Making them feel the profession. Time is the author, the lesson. Time is a murderous weapon. Time is a curse and a blessing. Time is confined in the eye of my mind that reminds me that life is just slipping right by. Take my piece of the pie and then feed and unwind. I find freedom and rhyme to defy my depression. I'ma be straight with you now, I'ma go straight for the heart. People start late in the dark, people die late in the dark. No one was late for the ark, no one was late for the ark. Genesis rain and they rain when they start. Genesis pain in the art, Genesis aim for the heart. Genesis. No 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 no.
Nice. That reminded me that to me as a newbie coming in, that to me sounds like classic Ren. I was hearing, at some point my mind drifted off to the tales of Jenny and Screech. Uh, it reminded me a lot of the work that he did with Chinchilla, especially How to Be Me, and for Joe. That just classic, just Ren being Ren. And who's on the guitar? Is that the same person who was under the mask in Money Game Part 1? Uh, I thought that second person was going to do something. Maybe there was a bongo or some kind of a drum or percussion instrument there. But that didn't happen. So I liked it. Hard to say if I liked it better than the original version. I think I like them both, and they both serve different purposes. This one was a lot more chill and relaxed, and something that I would play while cooking dinner. The original version, that's something I'd play while I was cruising in my car or something like that, right? Getting hyped up for playing a sport or something. So, yeah, I liked it a lot. I don't think there's any need to go through this a second time. I already took a look at the lyrics the first time. You can check that out, both up here and in the description, the reaction to Genesis. But I'll just bring up again in case you don't want to go through there. He talks here a lot about mind wandering, and he makes a connection. It might be easy to think. It might be tempting to think that he's saying if your mind wanders, then you're mentally ill, because he kind of paired those two ideas in the same, within a couple of lines of each other. But minds wander. That is the human condition. There's nothing wrong with mind wandering. That's it. Now, having said that, mind wandering is the kind of thing that does get us in trouble. And by in trouble, I mean this being lost in thought or thinking without knowing you're thinking, and then identifying with those thoughts, meaning that these thoughts feel like they're a part of me. That's the source of a lot of confusion. It's the source of a lot of suffering. When I'm identified with my thoughts, when I don't recognize thoughts as just thoughts, when I'm thinking without knowing I'm thinking, then I can, if you mix this with negativity bias, we can go to a dark place pretty quickly. And the second thing he talks about, and I kind of picked this up after having heard the first version, but Noah's Ark and the idea of Genesis. Genesis is a new beginning itself. I mean, it's a beginning. It's not a new beginning. It's a beginning. But then the Ark, the story of the Ark, is a new beginning. So it's as if Yahweh or the Christian God says, well, this didn't work. Starting over. And so then causes it to rain and rain and rain and rain and kills everybody except for Noah and I guess his wife. I don't even know what his wife's name is. And then two of each animal. That's the story. So it's a new beginning. And then he talks about how humans being humans. Noah was late for the ark. If he knew you had to do this because you're the last person on earth, we're humans, and I'm still going to fiddle around and still be late for this arc. So that's an interesting take. How often, and this I say this in my professional life, how often do we know what we're supposed to do, but we don't do it? I know I'm not supposed to spend all of my paycheck. I'm supposed to save some for the future. I know, even worse, that I'm not supposed to spend all my paycheck and go into debt, but I still do it. I know I'm supposed to work out. I know I'm supposed to eat healthy. I know I'm supposed to eat fewer calories than I burn, or at least the same. I know all these things. A lot of people who smoke cigarettes, I know I shouldn't smoke cigarettes. I know I drink too much. I know I have an anger problem. How many things do we know that we do here, but we can't do it here? So I think there's something in there about even if I knew that I'm going to die unless I get on this ark, I'm still going to be late for the ark, which is interesting. And you see this in studies too. People who have heart failure due to weight problems and diet problems go through get, cardiac surgery. This is very painful stuff. And you'd think these are the kind of people that would change their behavior because they got lucky and they didn't die in that time. So now they have this arc available to them, which is eat healthier, get some more exercise. And like 2% of people do. So even though they see this arc, they have this change that they could do, they don't do it. People are creatures of habit, and a lot of that is default modes, and default modes is being lost in thought, so it all kind of comes full circle. So that's my take. After now, this is the second time through, second version, or different version, but second time hearing the song. So how does it hit you? Anything I missed out on, anything that I got right, let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, share. If this is something that's interesting to you, let me know that this is the kind of thing that you like seeing. And I look forward to seeing more in. Hey, D-Rock again. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy what I'm doing here. If this kind of thing is interesting to you, and especially if you like those bad drawings at the beginning, you might be interested in my weekly newsletter. It explores money's role in a meaningful life. So you can check that out at meaning.blog if you want. It takes this and it goes a lot deeper. So if you like that, check it out. Let me know what else I should be doing, what else I could be doing, and I'll see you here next time.